Alright guys, what's going on? Been a while since I've made a video, but I've got a new purchase sitting behind this door, and searching on YouTube, there's not that many good videos out there. You know, there's a couple, and I feel like this is a little niche that I could probably work my way into here on YouTube. Here we have it, BENELLI TNT 135 little mini bike, and I'm just going to give a rundown on everything I like and do not like about it. I've had it for a couple days now, and yeah, just hoping you guys out there that are looking for one of these. Also, this is my first bike, so I got it as a great starter bike. Just the general look of the bike, I do like it a lot more than Honda Grom. We have these cool taillights back here. On the Honda Grom, you have those like pods, you know. We have a dual exhaust tip, which is sick. We have a different kind of rear fender, which this one is actually a lot easier to delete, I think, than the Grom. And there probably will be a video on that coming up soon, so stay tuned if you want to see that. We have an adjustable coilover here. The Grom is not, and I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. I don't think anyone should really mess with that, because you'll mess with preload, and I feel like the manufacturer knows more than we do. We have a trellis frame here, which the Honda Grom and any other bike in this category does not have, which actually acts as suspension as well as looking sick. They painted it the same color, obviously. Makes it really pop against the black motor work and stuff. I love it. The design looks amazing. Up here we have the headlights. Now these are actually, you know, they look good, but they're not actually that good. Whenever you turn on your high beam here riding at night, it actually turns off the regular headlight and only turns on the high beam. And the high beam is literally, it is one beam. Like, it would hit that sewer and nothing around it. And it's super bright, but it doesn't help much whenever you can't see anything directly in front of you, and you can only see stuff that's like super far out. So they do make a kit that you'll mount a little, like a pod down here, and I haven't really researched that too much. I might end up getting that, but what I've found a solution to for now is we have a pass button. So I just hold that and it will actually turn on your high beam and keep your regular beams on, and that actually works pretty good. Just an annoyance until I figure something else out, so keep that in mind if you're purchasing. The gauges are a little different. We have an actual tachometer instead of the Honda Grom, which only has the LCD screen or whatever screen it has. But also an annoyance is the miles per hour on these. Whenever you look them up, it says the top speed is like 70 plus. That is a lie. Unfortunately, it is not 70 plus. The mile per hour will come up and say 70, but whenever you use a GPS, your top speed is actually 63. And you know, 135 cc versus 125 cc on the Grom. We have a 5-speed transmission on here. You know, I really thought that this would be a Grom killer. It is not. My friend has a Grom, and he seems to beat me in every race. I haven't broken it in yet, so I don't rev it too high. If you can see here, the red line is actually at 10,000 RPMs instead of the Grom, I think, is at closer to 8,000. So maybe if I revved it out more, I could get him, but we'll have to stay tuned on that one. Maybe I'll make a video on that. It's like, this has a oil filter instead of an oil screen like the Honda Grom, as well as the motor is a 4-valve 2-spark plug motor. I guess you could probably tune it a little bit more than the Honda Grom. They do make big bore kits and stuff just like the Grom, so if you were interested in that. The aftermarket, speaking of upgrades, the aftermarket for this bike is not that great. It's a very niche, you know, BENELLI, it is a Chinese company. They used to be Italian made, but they fell off and blah blah blah. Stuff happened, they're Chinese now. So it even has the Italian little flag up here, but don't be fooled. The title is like Quin Yang, I don't even know how to say it. They're imported by SSR Motorsports. You can see that over here. So if you do want it serviced, you will have to take it to an SSR dealer. I don't believe you can take it to a dealer that you bought it from, which is just another con. I will put a link in the description down here if you already have one of these, for a website I found that sells a lot of these parts, because even eBay doesn't really have that many parts. Like I was looking up just a delete for back here, and that's why I'm actually going to be making my own using these couple bolts up here, because the aftermarket is just, it's not that great for this. You know, I want to learn how to do wheelies, so that's why I want to get rid of that. And I haven't tested that out, obviously, so if it does wheelies, I'm going to be totally happy with it. It is a little bit disappointing just with the false advertising of the top speed, but I believe that is probably the only thing that has really made me mad. Like, I still ride around with all my buddies, and it is a ton of fun. It is cheaper than the Grom. It's $2,700 MSRP, but depending on what dealer you go to, there is going to be an assembly fee because it is Chinese and they're imported over here. So the assembly fee at my dealership was $350, so that put this bike at $3,000, and I think that's pretty good. You know, the Grom starts out at $3,400, and then the Grom has a $200 delivery fee, so right there is $3,600, so we're already much lower than that, so it will give you a little bit more money if you did want to tinker with it. But then again, your aftermarket platform is not as big as the Grom, so you have that money to tinker with, but it's just very limited options that you can tinker with. The gas tank, I actually forgot about this one, is 1.9 gallons. And every time I fill it up, the gas meter will be on E and then 1 bar above. So right now, if I went and filled this up, it would only take 0.9 gallons. And if it's a 1.9 gallon tank, I don't think that's very accurate. Probably just another Chinese thing. You know, the quality is not as good. Speaking about gas, I have 297 miles on it. I've only filled it up twice. I mean, I bought it and it was full, and then I filled it up twice. So I believe I'm averaging around 100 miles per gallon, which is great, obviously, if you want to save fuel. That thing over there sips it down going through town. I get about 17 miles per gallon. So this thing is it's a fresh relief for that, filling it up. And I only have to spend literally $3 and it'll take me 100 miles. That is awesome. All in all, with all of the things I've explained in this video, I think you guys should be able to make a conscious decision on whether you should get this or the Grom. Me personally, I'm happy with it. I really am happy with it. Just take all of the information that I've given you and just know that the false reviews out there saying you're going to hit 70, you won't hit 70, unfortunately. That's the only downfall, honestly. Like, just the false advertising behind this bike. Other than that, like the styling everywhere, like these pods here, it just looks so much better than the Grom. The trellis frame, that's another massive reason I bought it, and that obviously will never change because it's styling, unlike the performance part, which unfortunately did change. If you guys have one, leave a comment down below. If you guys know how to fix the speed sensor, like I said, this is my first bike. I don't know too much about them. Leave it in the comments below because I'd love to have an accurate speedometer. And if you guys have one and you want to see mods and stuff, subscribe for more because there will be some stuff coming out for this.